How to split electricity bills in a public compound. I'll just go straight into the point I want to make this evening. So, in a public compound, different families, let's take for instance, there are four families in a compound, and those families, they may not have the same appliances. They may not be at home at the same time. Okay, now let's just leave the consumption time, and let's face the appliances. Some families may not have the same appliances as or the other households, and they all share one bill, the same bill. The electricity distribution company comes and gives you one bill for the service line you use. So now let's take for instance, they bring a bill of 60K. mm, and family A has just fan, light bulbs, let's say a fridge and a pressing iron. Family B has lights, AC, water dispenser, light bulb, blender, everything. Family C has, in fact, dryer, clothes dryer, hair dryers, and every other heavy equipment. You know that the kilowatts hours that you use, the units that each family will use with all those appliances, they are different. Now, let's take for instance, you see this blender, this vegetable mincer. The load it carries is far different from the load a pressing iron carries. Very different. Very, very different. It's different from the load that, okay, let's take for instance, I'm charging this thing. It's very different. So now what do we do in that instance? Or what do you do when you know that, okay, you don't have the same appliances and they bring the bills and expect you to share it equally? Yes, why should you share it equally? It's not fair. Now, if you want to introduce a fair system into that compound, what you will do is the point system. Use the point system. What do I mean by the point system? The point system is such that every appliance that the families use, or every appliance is, you allocate points to appliances. You allocate points to appliances. Now, what do I mean? Everybody has light bulbs. We all have light bulbs in our homes. Now, let's take for instance, okay, the light bulb. A light bulb is one unit, and in your own household, you have like five bulbs. That's 5 points. 1 point for one appliance. 1 point for one appliance. Now you have light bulbs. A light bulb is 1 point. Mm? A blender. A blender, 1 point. Mm? Because you don't use the blender, you can't use a blender like continuously for 1 hour. No, you only use it for just a short period. So let's allocate it 1 point. Let's say a pressing iron is 2 points. AC, 5 points. Mm? What do they call it? A washing machine, let's allocate 5 points too. Fridge, let's allocate 2 points. That's how you allocate points to each appliance. Microwave, you allocate points. You just allocate points to each appliances. Now, in the instance of the four families living in a compound, what do you do in that instance? You go to household A, because you people will have a meeting now. It's very fair to do things fairly. So you go to household A. Let's say household A has all the appliances cumulatively, it amounts to 15 points. Household B, cumulative 23 points. Household C, cumulative 32 points. Household D, cumulative 20 points. Now, how just add them all up. 15, 23, 32, 20. This is 55, 70, everything 90 points. And the distribution company brings a bill of, let's say, 60K. Now you go 60,000 naira divided by 90. Hmm? You bring out your calculator. 60K divided by 90 points. That's which means 1 point. 1 point will be approximately 670 naira. So that household A will now pay 670 naira times 15. No cheating. You know that you're paying 10,000 plus. Household B, we said we allocated 23 points, right? 23 times 670 naira, 15,410 naira. That is just so easy. It's so fair. It's so balanced. So if you live in a public compound and you're educated and people are still asking you, you don't use much appliances and people are still asking you to pay equally. No, please, you are not being fair to yourself. And dates are not being fair to you. But because they are not fair to you, they will not come out and say, okay, we are not fair to you. All right, let's do everything fairly. No, it is left for you to stand up and tell them, okay, we want to use, let us use the point system. Let us use the points system. And in maybe in instances where probably all the households have approximately, in fact, the point system is just fair. It's just very, very fair. Let's leave the our consumption system. The point system is very fair, is very fair, and it also helps, it also makes other people conscious of the fact that okay, we are paying more in electricity. They want to like conserve electricity. They want to like conserve it. Although that is if you have a meter, but if you don't have a meter, they will stay in their office and give you any, you just calculate it. And our energy cascaded into this place. We divide it and share crazy bills. And you start lamenting, oh, nepa, 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 nepa. No, no. So please, if you have probably there are analog postpaid meters that are still working, and there are also prepaid meters. Get prepaid meters, but it will be very, very good, very nice. If you're a landlord, please get prepaid meters for each of your tenants. It's good. It just forestalls the problem of cantankerous neighbor